Hello, today I would like to show you process of upgrading this old external USB enclosure. As you can see, I really enjoy it because it's made from the aluminum, and if you take a look at the design, it reminds me a little bit of the Apple i5 computer. This is a similar design. Back then they were trying to mimic the Apple, and that's definitely did a good job. But of course this is not an Apple, this is just some cheap generic crap that you can buy many years ago. But anyway, it's still working. You can see that this is a very obsolete because we've got the audio output from the drive, so you can play the audio from the CD without a computer. You can just route the audio to this port. And yes, let's open this and let's see what's inside. And I know what's inside because inside we've got a parallel ATA connector. And the problem with the parallel ATA is that it cannot accept any new drive. Okay, so yes, that's the best thing. We've got a built-in power supply over here in the switching mode, and as you can see, it's pretty decent because it's got a 3 amp on the both of the voltage rails, and it's looking quite nice. And over here is our IDE, our parallel ATA, and of course we cannot use this on the Blu-ray, which is as you can see, the SATA connector. And thing that I'm going to do won't get the best performance, because if you want to get the best performance, I would recommend you buying a device that is a USB 3.0, but for my use, USB 2.0 will be 100% adequate. And this is the device that I'm going to use. This is a USB to the SATA or the PATA connector. And we also grab this cable, and the whole idea is to just stuff this device into the enclosure, and then we can use our SATA connector and have a new drive. And you can do exactly the same thing with the USB 3.0 controller, maybe except using the USB 2.0 connector, because it do not have all the pins. So let's open this. Let's see, do we have enough room? And if yes, I think we are going to end up in a really nice enclosure that we can stuff our Blu-ray drive and play some movie. Okay. So this is our old drive. What year is it? 2000. So it's like 18 years old. That's quite funny. And our Blu-ray is shorter. That's great because we are going to have more room to play with. Of course the holes should be exactly the same, so we won't get any problems. And yes, we've got a lot of room to stuff our new equipment. First I'm going to unscrew this board, and we are going to take a closer look. I'm going to remove that because we are not going to use the parallel ATR anymore. We are going then see what kind of this connector are. Okay, so this is our board. This is our adapter, and the only thing that we are interested is that port. And over here we've got the connector from the port. We are going solder to them. Over here we've got a LED, which is our activity status. We don't need that because the activity status we've got on front panel of the drive, so I'm going to not care about that. And the second cable is over here, and we've got a 5V DC, the positive. So this is our voltage from power supply. So it looks like that board is not going to be supplied from the USB, which is very good because it will be active and discovered by the computer only when we turn it on. And we are going to do exactly the same because that's a very good idea not to have this board available to the system, the OS, when we do not have our power supply and drive working, which is quite clever. And now we have to just cut that cable. Okay, and let's remove some of the external insulation. I'm going to cut a little bit more. By the way, I absolutely love this device. This is the best tool I ever got. It's very bad. This braid is inside the plastic. Okay, so this is a good length. What we are going to do, and we discover our cables. We are going to cut them. So what we need to do right now, this is our data cables that we are going to solder to the plug. We also have connect the ground to the plug, and we have to share that ground with ground of the power supply. And the power incoming we are going to steal from the power supply only. So let's take a look. That plug is not that great because I cannot. We are just going to cut this wire. Of course, we've got technical problems. Okay. Okay, so me from the future, and you have to cut the data lines over here, the data positive and the data negative. I just cut it on the PCB because without that it won't work. Okay, so if we are looking at the plug just like that, we've got our 4 pins, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the pin number 1, which is over here, is our 5V positive. The pin number 2, which is over here, this is our data minus, and our data minus is going to be white cable. So 1, 2, the pin number 2 is going to be the data. I think I'm going to cut this, or maybe no, I think it will require a trimming. Okay. Okay, that's done correctly. So our data minus is over here, and data positive, which is a green, is pin number 3, and pin number 3 is going to be at bottom. So our green cable is going over here. I'm going to also trim that. I don't need that length. Okay. Looks good. And our ground, which is our earth, will be pin number 4, which will be the bottom, and it is over here. This is that beefy trace going to the 0 ohm resistor, so we can solder directly to that, onto that resistor. Okay, so our board looks very good. What we've got, we just connected our ground from the power supply and the chassis to the connector, so they are going to be tied together. We bypass the 5V, so all of that circuitry is not going to be powered on when we hook up a computer over here. So let's put that back over here, because that's everything that we need to do, and that should, if we done everything correctly, it should work out of the box. Okay, so let's put our drive, and we need one more thing, which is a adapter for the power line. Let me find it. Okay, so this is our adapter, and the one side is going to be connected to the Molex. Just like that, and the other side to the drive. Okay, power is connected to the drive, and the serial. Also, now we can safely screw the drive back. Let's align the screw. Where is my screwdriver? I've got it. Okay. And everything starts looking great. I'm going to put the cable aside so we make sure it doesn't go into the fan. And our SATA connector is going over here. Okay, and we've got enough room to fit this. Okay, we don't want to obstruct the air flow. Okay, put it back. And what we've done, we just make something that was completely obsolete, and the only thing to do was to throw it away as a completely functional device. Where I put the screw, I have to find it. Okay, I've got it. So right now we've got our Blu-ray in that very nice enclosure. Let's try hook it up to the computer and play some movie. Okay, so as you can see, we are playing movie from the drive. Working perfect, no problem. And on the bottom I've got the Apple G5, and as you can see, it's a very similar looking design, so they clearly copied that from the Apple and the old good times. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that video helped someone. See you next time, and bye bye.